Good evening and welcome to Sunset News on this Tuesday evening. As always, we bring you news, community stories, economics, weather and sports. I'm Aina Kweo. In the news tonight, Joseph Kaundenge, the National Unity Democratic Organization Secretary General, has made a U-turn and will no longer run for the presidential elections or National Assembly positions. This was announced by the party in a media statement on Tuesday morning. The party has scheduled a press conference for tomorrow to give more information on this latest development. Jemima Biekes reports.
That is why the statement which you might have received, you will see that it says historic record profit. I just want to explain that on a little bit. It means all of us sitting in this room, the magnitude of the profit which we achieved last year, it didn't yet happen in the history of the company. It's the first time, that's why it's historic. The first time it is happening like that, and also record that we reach that type of figure. So that is what it means, and all of us, internal stakeholders, board, management, employees are happy that we came close to the best version of ourselves, what we can do, and that is what makes us so very happy with those results.
Karina Ita, Head of Programs at One Economy Foundation, takes us through this year's theme of the annual Be Free Cook-Off this year, which is United in Diversity. They are tackling tough topics and creating a safe space. Have a look.
Hello there, Karina Ita from Head of Programs from the One Economy Foundation. We are here today for the Be Free Cook-Off United in Diversity. This is our third installment, and we're super excited to have all the gentlemen here today. We're about 120 people. We'll be discussing different topics ranging from sexual gender-based violence against men, sexual gender-based violence against women, also just lessons learned from different inmates on ways they wish they could have done things differently. We also have cancer awareness. We have doctors who are going to talk about men's health as well. But in all honesty, we're really here to be more unified. The point of the United in Diversity is to show that not just one tribe has a problem. It's not just Bambus are passion killing or Damaras are beating women. No, it's about abusing women in general. We are all the same, and we need to be all united to make sure that we tackle these topics that affect men in all countries, in all regions. But it starts with you, and it starts with the people here as well. So please continue tuning in, and we look forward to hosting you all.
The Swakopmund Municipal Council has recently announced the developmental update on the substantial investment of nearly 14 million Namibian dollars dedicated specifically to enhancing the town sewage system. This initiative is part of a comprehensive plan to upgrade various municipal facilities, including water and road systems, to ensure they meet the growing demand of both residential and commercial areas. Clarence McClown, the General Manager of the Engineering and Planning Services Department, delivered an extensive and insightful presentation on the Council's efforts over the past decade. McClown presentations highlighted that the Council has committed close to 28 million in capital towards at least 10 major projects aimed at upgrading and expanding the municipal infrastructure. These projects are designed to bolster the functionality, efficiency, and reliability of Swakopmund's essential services. The 14 million Namibian dollar investment is primarily allocated towards acquiring state-of-art vehicles and machinery. These new assets are crucial for addressing sewerage blockages and emergencies swiftly and effectively, ensuring minimal disruption to residents residents and businesses. The enhanced equipment will enable the municipal teams to respond more rapidly to any complications within the sewerage system, thereby maintaining a higher standard of public health and hygiene. McClown emphasized the relentless efforts undertaken by the council to repair, replace, and restructure the sewerage infrastructure. Our goal has always been to provide Swakopmund with a robust and reliable sewer system. Over the past 10 years, we have made significant strides in enhancing the infrastructure, which is vital for the town's overall functionality and the well-being of our community, he stated. Now moving over to our next story, after stalling a rehab center project earmarked for war veterans over the past 10 years, the government has now decided to turn the land into a horticulture project because it is no longer viable as veterans are aging and becoming physically frail. Back in 2014, 66 million Namibian dollars was budgeted for the leisure and rehabilitation facility meant for war veterans at Epalela in the Onesi area in Omsati region. The project, which started in the 2014-2015 financial year, was aimed at giving registered veterans of the liberation struggle access to leisure activities, palliative care, as well as physiotherapy services. The land at Onesi was fenced in 2014-2015 after the Omsati Regional Council denoted it to the Ministry of Veteran Affairs. A year later, a ground house was built. There has been no construction activities since then. In 2018, Namibian Sun reported on how the land remained idle for about 4 years, and at the time, the ministry gave an indication that the project was still viable and would continue with its plan despite others, including war veterans, saying that there is no need for such a project. 6 years later, a new twist to the tale emerged as the ministry now agrees with those who criticize the project, which has resulted in the project changing from a rehabilitation center into a horticulture project. This is contained in the response to Namibian Sun inquiry by the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs, who indicated that they will no longer go ahead and construct a rehabilitation center, but it will be turned into a horticulture project. The proceeds from the horticulture project will be used to supplement the Veterans Fund. Initially, the facility was established to provide recreational and rehabilitative services to veterans of the national liberation struggle. However, the ministry realized that as the veterans are aging, they are becoming sickly and physically frail, and thus they proposed the previous scope of intervention would not be beneficial to the veterans. The ministry has responded. After the break, we return with the story of the day. Stay with us.
The Agenda is a weekly national affairs interview program hosted every Sunday by Namibian Sun editor Toivon Jabela, featuring a panel of high-profile newsmakers, analysts, and experts. The Agenda aims to reach high-end news consumers seeking informed understanding of national issues. This show is broadcasted on NTV, 1up2.com, and the Namibia Media Holdings Facebook platform. The Agenda focuses on interviews where we put the nation in the hot seat. Contact Agenda at synergy.com.na to get your product and service in the hot seat. The Agenda, focused on today's conversation.
In our story of the day tonight, Namibia Wildlife Resorts Managing Director Dr. Matthias Ngwangwama says the company has committed to improving the remuneration of its employees in line with existing market rates. It follows a signing agreement with the Namibia Public Workers Union. Have a look.
We conducted a benchmark against the market, comparing to the tier 2 commercial enterprises, and then also the public enterprises in Namibia, and to an extent also private companies, market remuneration. And this was we were assisted by PricewaterhouseCoopers. You know, they do this market benchmark surveys. They help us in that, to be able to come up with evidence to say the remuneration of NWR, how does it compare to the market? And they come up with findings. And what we are seeing now today is the implementation of those findings. Basically to adjust the remuneration of NWR employees on those grades I said to the market. So basically this means that the alignment was, you know, their salary scales, and the employees were adjusted to the minimum of the salary scales of the new market.
Community story of the day follows shortly.
Connection. It's in the human touch, the feeling of belonging. It inspires us and empowers us, creates clarity from complexity. It starts new conversations, unlocks the power of advice, and makes an impact on your life. At Alex Forbes, we pioneer insight to provide you with advice that connects your decisions of today to your impact tomorrow.
The Planning Director at Kavango West Regional Council, Nambara Egidius, says that the region faces a myriad of challenges. Egidius made these remarks at the consultative meeting with the 5th Boundaries Delimitation and Demarcation Commission in Kurenkurum. Nikano Nangolo reports.
It is not according to the available statistics as released by the Namibia Statistics Agency. It will be more appropriate if allocations are done based on the available statistics for equity. Then there is lack of consultation from the line ministries on the allocation of development budget, lack of infrastructure development such as roads, schools, health facilities, water infrastructure, rural electrification, etc. There is also a high unemployment rate in the region, as I already highlighted the percentage. High poverty rate, both income and multidimensional. Shortage of housing. Poor cell phone network, where some villages have no network at all. Some villages have no access to the local radio and television network coverage, as well as lack of national documents.
After the break, we take a look at our economic news. Stay with us. Bank Windhoek has announced that it has fully utilized the 200 million Namibian dollars allocated under the Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises Economic Recovery Loan Scheme with 137 beneficiaries. According to the bank, of this amount, 192 million Namibian dollars is already disbursed, with the remaining 8 million Namibian dollars approved pending disbursement. Bank Windhoek assisted 137 SMEs through the scheme. With this much-needed financial assistance, these businesses are geared to navigate uncertainties and unlock new avenues of growth and prosperity, said Bank Windhoek's head of Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises, Financial and Data Analytics, Bianca Janse van Vieren. Van Vieren said that the achievement underscores a crucial step forward in revitalizing struggling businesses and bolstering economic recovery efforts. Recognizing the vital role SMEs play in driving economic growth and employment, Bank Windhoek participated in this initiative to offer support to various businesses to assist with the recovery of such businesses, she said. Van Vieren said the success of the SME Economic Recovery Loan Scheme reflects not only the dedication of Bank Windhoek, but also the unwavering resilience and determination of SME entrepreneurs to overcome diversity and thrive in challenging times. Relaunched in February 2023, the SME Economic Recovery Loan Scheme is an initiative of the Namibian government supported by various financial institutions designed to provide much-needed financial assistance to SMEs that suffered through the onslaught of the economic downturn since 2016. And now let's have a look at our financial indicators. The Namibian dollar trades for 22 Namibian dollars 90 cents to 1 British pound, 90 Namibian dollars 57 cents to 1 euro, 18 Namibian dollars and 4 cents to 1 US dollar, 2 Namibian dollars 49 cents get you 1 Chinese yuan. Three commodities have increased, with gold at 0.04%, platinum 0.56%, copper 0.49%, while Brent crude oil has dropped with 0.78%. After the break, we return with our international news.
Introducing 061 Express, brought to you by Synergy in proud partnership with Windhoek Express. Here's your chance to make your voice heard to celebrate the businesses that make Windhoek exceptional. From your favorite coffee spot to the salon that always gets your style just right, it's time to shine a spotlight on the gems of our city. Over the next 8 weeks, it's your chance to vote for your favorites to recognize the best of the best. Nominations open on the 25th of April and close on the 5th of May. To nominate your favorite business, simply save this number, 085-785-6231, and WhatsApp #061Express or scan the QR code below and follow the on-screen instructions. By nominating your favorites, you're not only supporting local businesses, but you also stand a chance to win your share of 50,000 Namibian dollars in cash. The voting process will be the same as the nominations process, using the Synergy chatbot and the #061Express. Voting opens on June 5th and closes on June 23rd. Make sure to cast your vote for the best of the best. The winners will be announced on June 28th. 061Express, celebrating the heartbeat of Windhoek. Get ready to make your mark.
The European Union supports the International Criminal Court for its central role in bringing justice to victims in all situations under its jurisdiction, a spokesman said earlier today following a request by the court's prosecutor for arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, his defense chief, and 3 Hamas leaders over alleged war crimes. ICC prosecutor Karim Khan said yesterday in a statement issued after more than 7 months of war in Gaza that he had reasonable grounds to believe the 5 men bear criminal responsibility for alleged war crimes and crimes against humanity. EU spokesperson Peter Stano said the International Criminal Court was an important and independent international institution, and the EU would follow and take note of the process as it develops. A panel of pre-trial judges will determine whether the evidence supports the arrest warrants, but the court has no means to enforce such warrants, and its investigations into the Gaza war has been opposed by the United States and Israel. And now let's have a look at the weather predictions for tomorrow. Katima Mulilo and Rundu can expect a minimum of 10 degrees, while Enana and Khobabes as well as Ochuarongo can expect a minimum of 12 degrees. Tsumeba can expect a minimum of 13 degrees as well as Oshakati. Hentis Bay can expect a maximum of 34 degrees, Ludreds 33 degrees, Rehoboth 26 degrees, while Oranjemund can expect a maximum of 22 degrees. After the break, we return with sports. Stay with us.
eTicket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nmh.com.na.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with golf news first from the ladies PGA, and that's world number 1, Nelly Korda. She reaffirmed her world number 1 ranking. She won the America's Open quite comfortably, or by 14 under par. She actually won it by 1 shot over Hannah Green of Australia, but significant in that it is a 6th win in 7 tournaments that she started, so she's dominating women's golf at the moment. It's a good form that she's showing leading up to the US Open, the women's US Open that will start on the 30th of May. That tournament will be played at the Lancaster Golf Club, and it was Nelly Korda that with a win in the America's Open won her 14th LPGA title. Moving on to soccer news, and the Premier League is done. Manchester City champions, of course, and the news currently is with Liverpool. Liverpool losing their coach, that is Jurgen Klopp, that earlier in the year said that he will be finishing his coaching commitment with Liverpool. So it's been confirmed he's replaced by Arne Slot, and he's from the Netherlands. He used to coach Feyenoord, so a deal was struck with Feyenoord by Liverpool. There was a transfer of 9.4 million euros for Arne Slot to be the new coach. So the 45-year-old Slot will have a 3-year contract starting on the 1st of June with Liverpool. Also news from Liverpool is that Mo Salah is not confirmed to be a player that will stay with Liverpool. It is again the Saudi Arabian Pro League, the team Al Ittihad, that is trying to get his services for the next season. Last year, Liverpool rejected an offer of 150 million euros for Mo Salah, but it's been told that the club in Saudi Arabia again want to make an offer for Mo Salah, the striker from Egypt. And to close off today's international sports news, it is tennis news. There's a WTA women's tournament being played at the moment in Strasbourg, and that is leading up to the French Open that will start this coming weekend. And on the women's side of the WTA in the tournament in Strasbourg, it is Magda Linette that beat Sora Kretia 7-5, 7-5 to advance to the second round. And then it was not good news for American Sloane Stephens. She's one of the profile players in the tournament, and she lost to Magdalena French in 2 sets. And then better news for Elena Svitolina. She beat Diane Perry by 6-3 and 6-4. So that's all on clay. That is the International Strasbourg tournament on the WTA Women's Tournament, and Roland Garros starting this coming Sunday. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day. We talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.
And with that, we've come to the end of tonight's broadcast. Make sure you join Sunset News on Facebook, on all NMH platforms on weekdays, as well as on our website, which is called oneupto.com. Sunset News screens on DSTV 285 and GoTV 25 every weekday from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. This has been Sunset News. Please don't end your day without us. Good night.